Hey everybody, how you doing? Captain Jack here. Hopefully you can hear me. This is let me get the microphone a little bit closer to me. Hopefully, again, check. Give me a sound. Normally, Sharif usually does the sound checks, and then, I know that I can hear him. And damn, that's fucking bright. I guess I'm gonna have to stand up a bit. So, okay, Jimmy Farrell, good. Thank you there. Raider Townie, Jimmy Farrell hears me. Let's see some of these comments. I can't. My mouse is on the wrong side. So I gotta put it over here. There we go. Like I said, Chiefs might not make the playoffs, let alone win the division. Hey, it's 1 week, buddy. And you're my buddy, you're my friend, you're my pal, but it's 1 week. I thank you for the ARG. Jason Dean, good to see you, brother. Good to see Raider Demon King in here. Pass the boss of baked beans. You clear, thank you. Captain, you see the video of the Phillies Karen? Yes, I saw the video of the Phillies Karen. She's a Karen. She's a Karen. And she got fired for it. Good. That shows that if you are and my favorite word recently has been fucktwat. I think we probably would have to use I guess because it's covered in twat. And that'll go. And thank you, Sharif, for stating what I was thinking. They're 0-1. Big deal. Big deal. I haven't looked at the schedule. I only know who we play. What's the old expression? You play the games, you just do the schedule. And thank you. Yeah. She was a fucktwat. What you did was ridiculous. Who cares? But when you do something like that and you get fired, it's okay, good. Her students, because again, she was a administrator up in Jersey. Her kids via Facebook blew her up. And so there's that. No, I am not surprised at what happened to Florida, USF. You saw what USF did the first week. They blew out Boise State. And I didn't see the Florida game. I only saw that at the end they lost, was it 18-16 or something like that? They lost by a field goal. And I did see, and this is stupid. Excuse me if you heard this before. A Gator player was ejected for spitting on the opposing team. 2 days after Jalen Carter on before the first offensive scrimmage, but after the special teams play, he gets ejected. Stupidity. I didn't see the game. I don't know what happened. I just know that they had several penalties, which aided USF to get down deep. And then Martin Grammatica's kid kicked the field goal because he goes to USF. USF is, they're not a joke. They're top 25 now. They beat a top 20. No, they beat 2 top 25 teams in successive weeks. And last week or yesterday, they beat a top 25 team in the other team's home stadium. No, I'm not surprised. What was the percentage of Raider fans? Yeah. There were thousands. There were thousands of Raider fans there. It was, but I couldn't check the number. I didn't get a number. There were a lot of them. It's a lot easier to It's a lot easier to like figure percentages when you're at home because you know how the spread is and whatnot of fans and where the things is. I couldn't get a grasp on that, but there were quite a few of us. I don't know if it's I mean, was it like 70-30? Maybe 60-40. I just turned on the TV, and so I'm seeing what Derrick Henry is doing, and I just turned on. Yeah, total yards. He has almost twice, or no, he does have twice as much total yards himself than the Bills have. And what are we at? Like 10.5 to go, and Baltimore's winning 10-7. It's still a long game, but yeah, they're playing well. The Ravens want to do what they couldn't do last year at that start with a win on the Sunday night game and go. Yes, I got soaked. Sooners quarterback looked good. Didn't see the game. Saw bits and pieces of it. If you see Navajo on the go, I'm Navajo on the go, and I think it's his brother who was wearing a Sooner shirt at the Raiders parties. There's a touchdown by Jackson. So now Baltimore's going to be up by 10 with the extra point. But they'd go, Boomer! And of course the answer is Sooners. I'd say Esiason. So, but I'm trying to answer questions. Yeah, and I was just going to say with Sharif, Buffalo has the setup, but even if Buffalo loses, they, because they're set up for all the other games, it'll be a lot easier to, come back from it. Now it is a 10-point lead, 17-7. I like this. The game, thanks, Ed. Game one today reminded me of game one of the 76 team. Ed, wow. And I know, but I don't remember. I know one thing. The Raider Nation better show up on Monday night against the Chargers. I wish, I hope and pray as well. By the way, thank you for being here. I have one computer. I'm on my phone, and every time I had like another user thing, I'd have to get into the internet, and I was late. Literally, you do not want to look at the other side of the camera. My room is a wreck. There are soaked clothes on the floor. There's soaked jackets. There's soaked, my leather vests, my hat. I wore my Saturday hat and not my game hat because why get my game hat soaked? I wore a vest, my old vest, because I didn't want to get my game vest soaked. And by the way, I did the white top. That is, I take off and it is blue from the leather. It's a white top and it's blue. It happens. And I don't come home. I don't come home for another 2 weeks. Actually, more than 2 weeks, because I will be in to Hollywood, a wave to Hollywood. So I'm flying back to Greenville, hanging with Hollywood. Then I'm flying to Vegas. Then we're flying back to Greenville. Then we're driving to DC. Then we're driving back. So I won't be home until sometime before I fly to Vegas and Ed and I see the Bears game. So I'm going to have a lot of dirty clothes. There we go. Now it's official show. Matt Marinovich is here. It's a double official show when Furpo shows up, says Raiders. And thank you again there, Matt. I will say this. I was like, I'm glad we started 7-0. Great, right? Came out, and then basically the rest of the first half, we sucked. Couldn't get anything going. But they didn't score until they got a field goal at the very, very end. Fuck you, Josh McDaniels. and JJ going to draw some flags, but he's the type. I tell you what, seasoning growth, he can be a tone setter. Yeah, but I tell you, he got blown up a lot. I mean, and again, when you watch a game live and you don't see it on TV, when we saw a lot of the replays, when Gino was getting sacked, a lot of what I saw, a lot of those guys were beating JPJ, and Glaze had a couple penalties, bonehead penalties, but you didn't hear from the left side. Maybe I missed it. JPJ gets a personal foul, pen. Oh, and what was it like when we got the kickoff, and then they called a penalty on us for something stupid, and I'm seeing three Patriots players take our guy, tackle him out of bounds, out of bounds, out of bounds. No penalty. No penalty. And I can't remember. And Ref Guru told me, look that if Ref had our show, we had our NFL Nation Live show last week, where with the normal, we are on Tuesday nights with Coach Defense. We are, but if we would have had a chance to go over all of the different things. So remember, watch Coach Defense's show on Tuesday and ask Ref about the ref. Ask Ref about the ref for the Raiders game. Ask him for any game. All the fans that are on here that are not Raider fans, say, hey, how is this ref going to call our game? He will let you know. Raiders a lot is screwing for it and go. Yeah, go into a coma. I agree. Shaky, I did say, sorry, we should have whooped 32 and just saying the team was not on it. Hey, and right, seeing it live is a total thank you. He isn't George Beeler. Eric Bell, good to see you. Hey, thank you there, Eric. Thank you, shipmate. Appreciate that. I met a lot of different people this trip. And I personal. That's why I love going to the games. I had to endure this. We're front row. By the way, I don't. Apparently, none of the usual people got on TV. None of the usual people got on TV. Per somebody, I said, "Did you see anybody?" And there are, Raider Juice was out there, and I spoke to him first time in a while. It was good to see Juice. He's he's his own dude. He's his own dude. But Brian's Brian. I have no problem with Brian, the Raider fan. I have problems with Brian and other things, but. It's good to see him. Raider Wolf, saw him. Saw, Corey Kusemchik and Raider Rhino. Double G was out there. Of course, myself and Hollywood were out there. But not a lot of TV cameras anywhere. Thank you. Saw nobody. Raider Jeff made the TV? Okay, cool. Thank you, Ardell. I don't know, but I know that there wasn't any TV cameras that we saw. Ones that we saw. Oh my God, Saturday was awesome. Yeah, it was, Eric Bell, and thank you as well, sir. And let's talk about that. Side note, we're gonna get the game. Just hold the game for a minute. So I want to talk about Saturday. Saturday, the mayor of Brockton, Massachusetts, did the declaration. To honor Al Davis in Brockton, his hometown. And they have a big, nice commemorative plaque ongoing. And so that will be finished up eventually. So Mark Davis is there. Sandra Douglas is there. Jim Plunkett and his wife are there. Jim being the Patriot and the Raider. So good to see that. Thank you there, Johnny Fever. Appreciate that. And Bruce, good to see you as well. But the Brockton thing, it was great because there was a bunch of people on TV. I don't know if they had any coverage of it. I know that there was coverage in Brockton by the papers. I don't know if I didn't see any TV crews there, but the regular Raider photographers were out there and saw that. But it was nice. It was really nice that Al finally because Brockton is called the City of Champions, and I'm like, why? The mayor asked her that. Rocky Marciano, the undefeated heavyweight champion. I think it was 49-0. Is from Brockton, Massachusetts. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the great middleweight, welterweight, I think both, champion is from Brockton, Massachusetts. And of course, Al Davis is from Brockton, Massachusetts. So it was nice to see what they did for the great Raiders Patriarch. And again, the NFL would not be what it is today had Al Davis not gotten the AFL and the NFL merged, and then friggin' Lamar Hunt gets credit for it when it was Al. Yes, I'm still pissed. Oh, the city didn't landmark the house, but they gave him a we went up to see the house. We saw the house. But the commemorative we call not plaque, like a hard granite thing. That's in by City Hall. It's just they have a temporary one now, but that's coming. So if you ever hear again, there was something nice to see. What's up to you there, Bob? Good to see you. Bruce is in here. Then Johnny Fever, like I said, Raiders fans. Thank you. Great win today. I can't remember the last time we had a great win. General Patton's not from Brockton? No, I thought General Patton was from Stockton. I think George S. Patton is from. He's either not Stockton, Sacramento. Look that up. That I remember. George S. Patton is from Sacramento, California. I'm pretty sure 100% right. Any update on Bowers' knee? No, I didn't even know he had an injury. See, the things that you don't see or you don't know when you see the game, but you don't know. No. One second. That's from being doused all day with wet. Like I said, there's wet clothes and a bunch of other stuff off camera. You don't want to see that. Kuntz bald. Eric Bell, I'll believe you. I didn't see it. I noticed that Wilson was in on a couple plays that I noted. Good to see that. If Kuntz bald, I didn't hear his name. Again, and I'm only have a certain view of the field. I know that, and I didn't hear Crosby's name called maybe once or twice. So I know he was being held. But there were times when I was like, where's the Raiders defense? Smith had 9 passes over 20 yards and tied a Raider record. That's awesome. Oh, you just being silly. Okay. Talking about the General Patton, 3rd Armored Division. Yes, that guy from Sacramento. San Gabriel? Okay, I thought it was from Sacramento. Elandon Roberts, I think, dislocated. Oh, okay. I saw him down. Eric, thank you. Dislocated his elbow. Well, that's not good. Because remember, we were thin at linebacker anyway. Yeah, Tyree showed up today. That's true. Kuntz played well. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Devin White, I saw a lot of tackles. It rained in New York too early in the day. Glad it eased up. Yeah, by the end of the game, like I said, it was still spitting. But when we went outside, I had to wait for a ride for a while. And again, my hats off, literally hats off to the gentleman. I just met him this weekend. I'm brain farting his name. I'll tell you in a minute because I met him and his son. This was it yesterday. Dave Torres from San Diego, great guy. Okay, Brock Bowers injury update. Okay, here. You asked. Pete Carroll provides update on Brock Bowers' injury. 5 catches, 103 yards, unstoppable. Left the game with a knee injury. Raiders listed as questionable, but with the team, he didn't need it for. I know that Michael Mayer looked good. Okay, they're looking at his knee. He wanted to go back in, but he wouldn't let him go back in. Incredible. So, okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. So, no reports. But hey, here's the thing. Michael Mayer looked good. When the Raiders got their shit together, they looked good. Second half, they looked, phenomenal. Raiders need to use press coverage allowed to. Okay. One very dangerous field today. Because of the wetness. Yeah, never benefit from steal or pickups. And okay, now Streif, let me say, this is Streif. I'm going to ask. You can't have it both ways. Are you of the mind that said that? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! We lost so much with Mickey's point. Robert Spillane. Robert Spillane. Oh my God! Robert Spillane. Oh my God! And then you're saying that we needed to pay Spillane because that was a Steelers pickup. You can't have it both ways, sir. Pay Jacoby. Why? I like Jacoby, but there's a reason why they drafted Besh. There's a reason why they drafted Thornton. Signed him to a 1-year extension, maybe. But they didn't do anything now, and they're not usually do. They normally don't do things during the season, so we'll find out. But again, it was great to beat the Patriots 3 straight now, 2 in Vegas, 1 here. I think somebody told me that this was the first time the Raiders have beaten the Patriots in 20 years, 30 years? Oh, this must be no, this is live. Henry's just a beast. Oh, thank you, Rita. Thank you, Rita. Zuni. Good. I will see you next week. Next weekend, honey, I will be out in Vegas. Love to you too. Thank you there. Zuni and Rita. First wing in 31 years. Thank you there, Ardell. And like I said, Jacoby Myers did play great today. And we'll see at the end of the season if he's just something that we just can't do without. Yes, Jimmy Farrell, I know that Pete Carroll's birthday is Monday night. So let's be 2-0. Beat the Garglers. And if you're 2-0 next week, you're on top of the AFC West. Now, I think the Broncos won. I don't know who the Broncos played next week, but we can be 2-0. Remember when we said we never do well in Boston? Yeah, thank you. Sure, yeah. What was it? I remember the game. Pardon me. We're in Boston. The game before we go to London to play, I think, the Dolphins. It was either the Dolphins or the Seahawks. When did we? No, the Seahawks. We go to Boston. We were winning the game, and they called a phantom holding call on somebody in the offensive line. And was it? No, it wasn't Jacobs. Was it Jacobs? No. Running back. No. 20. Number 20. McFadden. God, old man shit. McFadden scores, and they take it off the board. And that was that we should have won that game. Broncos versus Colts next week. Okay. Colts beat the fucking Dolphins. Just beat them up and down. Denver goes to the Colts. Okay. Maybe Denver goes 1-1. Well, let's say the old thing. Let's win our games, and everybody else can do that. Kept the most critical drives alive. We didn't win this game without our run game was putrid at best. Nah, not putrid, average. Average. Captain of the Nation, salute, brother. Thank you there, Jack. Good to see you there. Andre Banker, way to go. Road wins are outside. Yes, sir. Thank you there, Andre. 31 years last time we won in Foxborough. Great. I want you to, again, it's great. And I want to, by the way, and because I have to do thanks. Thank you to the Black Hole of New England, Jeff LaFontaine. Thank you to, and I got a hat, the New England Raider Booster Club, Tony Ramos, and the president, and there are other members of the organization I know. Carlos Estrada is one. I've known him for a long time. Met other members of the Black Hole New England, and I saw that. So again, the hard work that was put out by, especially, I would say Jeff LaFontaine for the trip up by Black Hole and Black Hole National, trip up to Brockton and back was awesome. And then it was great to see the New England Raider Booster Club last night. So, and I went to both of the parties. It's great to see everybody. Great to see everybody. So I want to say thanks to everybody. JD, good to see you, brother. And JD, make sure you send that picture if you didn't already. I haven't checked my phone. Am I missing things? Titans could have beaten Denver. Ward took two horrible back-to-backs. Okay, again, I don't know these things, so I count on you. So Titans could have beaten Denver. Well, then that means that why can't we win the West? I know it's only 1 week. Don't get too excited. But it looks good. Great win. Okay, let's see what Jay said. Great win. Some areas to clean it up. Nice. Some mistakes to not compound themselves. Kept their heads. Thank you. Yeah, I agree, Jason. They knew the new technology at the Broncos game to measure first down. I thought they weren't going to use it in the season. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know. Maybe there are designated games that they use. I don't know. Onesies. I thought that was Ansies. Did Jeff give me any onesies? No onesies. But it was a great time. Browns lost on a missed extra point in a field goal. Should have won. Wow. Okay. So, okay. And maybe the Browns aren't as bad as we think they were either, I don't know. I mean, it's 1 week, guys and gals, mates and wenches. Any Boston cream donuts in the room? No. I do need a dessert. So after the show, I will try to find some dessert. I have to go down and get something, whatever the best something to have at the little mini shop here at the Marriott. But yeah, I can do with like want some cake or yeah Boston cream. Yeah, that'd be fucking great. So having said that, if you would like to, yeah, I'll be at the Monday night game. I'm going to be at the first 5 games. I know. I will be at the first 5 games. I know. I don't know. Maybe I'm at the first 6 games. I don't. I just, you know, I'll get the schedule out. Paul Mao looks like he's going to be someone to keep an eye on. Yeah, somebody's saying that Paul Mao is looking good. So, and again, the defensive backfield, Stokes looked okay at times. Looked, like the people that was getting beat up a lot at times. So we'll see. 20th year last time the Raiders had fussed with it, but okay, yep. So let me put this like so. I want to hear from people. I want to hear from people. There is the link. There is the link. There is the link. Come into the show. And yes, Thornton looked like a real deal. And by the way, at the end, when it was like 3rd down or 4th down or whatever, I called it. I called it. I said, throw it to Thornton on a bomb. I called it. And if you don't believe me, I have witnesses. I have witnesses. So call me on it. Let's talk about Brock Bowers' injury. Okay. We went over that we don't really know that's to be determined. And so, like I said, I'm sorry there, but I don't have anything other than there will be people in talking about it. Yeah, I know, Ed, but some people are like, yeah, you're full of shit. But no, I called it. I said, now's the time. So I'm going to be joined by there are 2 people in the studio. Black Thanos is first. Bruce is your next. So those will be the 2 people that were coming in. And thank you for sharing the show with me. It's okay. It's a knee sprain. Thank you there, Ed. Knee sprain, they're looking at it. So we're first joined by Black Thanos, and we'll have Bruce Davison after him. So stand by, Bruce. Stand by, brother. Black Thanos, then Sharif. Give me a mic check, brother. How you doing tonight?
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
You're good. What's up, Reef?
It feels good, Cap. It feels good. Very encouraging start. I'm glad you were there to witness it. I felt bad for you guys in the beginning because we got the same rain here in Brooklyn. Al's home since he turned 5 years old.
Yeah.
But it did look like it eased up out there for you guys. I know it did for us after a few hours, before the conclusion of the game.
Yes. And when I was waiting on my rides, I found some shelter, so at least I wasn't going to get wet anymore. And I will say this, I met a gentleman. His name is Mark Santos. His father is Gil Santos. And Gil Santos was the play-by-play guy for the Patriots when Bill King was the play-by-play guy for the Raiders. So I met him, and I had a great conversation with him. I got his number. He got mine. I'm going to call I'm going to try to schedule something. It would be nice, old time, talk about old time Raiders, Patriots, and things like that, because his dad was he was the Bill King of the Patriots and Gil Santos. And I had a great conversation with him, and I can't wait to have him on. So stand by for that. It'll be a show upcoming. So I'm sorry, Reef, but yeah, I hate wet games.
Yes.
I remember you were at the Jets game where we all got fucking wet and it was miserable, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. And there's one in Oakland I was at as well. I can't remember what I want to say the Steelers 2018 was it, but I've been to a couple of wet games, put it like that, and that's And you know that's not even including the hotel post game activities, if you know what I mean. Well, but
They ain't
you know,
in my room. Hey, other than straightening out my room and trying to figure out how to get wet clothes home or to Wood's house, there ain't shit going on in my room tonight other than the show and you know. Oh well.
well, conserve your energy, Cap. But on to the game. Very encouraging start. Yes, it was. You know, there's some areas that we definitely need to work on. But as the general always said, just win, baby. For me, today was mandatory. There was no way in the world that I wanted a Super Bowl national championship winning head coach and the highest paid OC in history to start off 0-1 against a team that, you know, basically got a lottery pick in the draft. You know, that to me, that was inexcusable against a Drake Mays and Mike Vrabel. You know, he really should grow back that facial hair because he was, you know, he was looking like Herman Munster after a visit at a barbershop in Jersey Shore. I mean, but you know, since you're out in the crowd, you didn't get the grotesque close-ups like us at home. So, but you know,
I saw him on the big screen once or twice, and I know that like I knew that there will be people. Okay, in my mind, I know that there will be people at the press conference saying, "Why did you not go for it on fourth and when it went to fourth and he was going to go for it on 4th and 5, and then they got a penalty and it was 4th and 10." And I said I knew that was probably going to be one of those things that he was going to be asked, but you really couldn't see him greatly. But yeah, I mean, he looks different.
yeah.
Hey, let's say Pete needed to get the win a hell of a lot more than Vrabel needed to get the win.
Yes, it was good to see Tyree Wilson a little bit more disruptive and active and motivated. Um, Jacoby, I know you have your financial conservative approach, but just on his sheer attitude, effort, participation, and demonstration, especially with that diva we had a year ago, award number 17,
Man,
such a polar opposite. On that alone, you know, and plus the merit of him not dropping a single pass last year, and we saw what CeeDee Lamb did the other night and how much he gets paid.
yeah.
So it got to be a happy medium somewhere because I believe in rewarding people who truly give, you know, maximum effort. And Jacoby, again, I think he had 97 yards. He was second only to Brock today.
Yeah.
And time after time, it seemed like when we needed a completion most, that's where Geno went. You know, as far as those critical first downs after that first drive and looked like we stalled, I said, oh, here we go again. You know, the aura of 2024 or 2023 under Josh McDaniels, where we'll score with Jimmy G on the first drive and then we take a damn dirt nap for like 3 quarters. That's what I was fearful of. And I said, I know damn well we didn't bring Chip Kelly here to replicate that. But the biggest difference with today is that you could really see the adjustments during halftime and the results of it. You know, it was almost like a totally different team. And we haven't seen that in so long. It's crazy. We damn sure didn't see it from Luke Getsy. You know, bless his heart. You know, Telesco just put him.
Who?
Exactly. Who? So I am concerned about next Monday, bro. I know there will be a wide rate of representation, even the people traveling from LA. But with the O line and Geno still taking 4 sacks, but being able to overcome that because the Patriots actually had 7 guys on their defense starting for the first time. So that defense isn't the same as far as what we're going to face next week. And Khalil love feasting. I know you call him 50 who, but that man over there love feasting on inexperienced, work in progress, neophyte type old lineman. And I was at the game in LA when he had 6 sacks on Derek Dallas Carr.
Mm-hmm.
I almost dread to think what he could possibly do next week if we don't scheme up or prepare for him accordingly, because there's some areas of concern there with the O-line, as we all knew.
Yeah.
But we were good enough, and the Patriots were not good enough for us to get the win today. So, as long as we stay grounded, don't get any delusions of grandeur or put the horse before the cart before the horse, and take it one game at a time, and maybe get a bit more production out of Genty. I was hoping to see a healthier dosage of him, but I guess we did what the game dictated us to do.
Yeah.
It was good to see the Notre Dame kid, Big Mike, contribute, because, a year ago he had his issues and we were cheated out of him for about an 8 or 9 week period, if some of you remember.
Yeah.
And with him being out there, and he was one of the best tight ends of his draft class, All-American, and with his size, I think he's going to be a great asset this year, along, of course, with number 89, who I hear his little so-called injury is pretty minor. So I saw him talking to the press afterwards in the locker room, and he sounds like he fully expects to suit up for Monday night.
Yeah.
But Cap, it just feels good to finally start a year off with a win. Seems like it's been forever, but we did beat Denver was that about 2 years ago in that lackluster game where Devontae caught that TD from Garoppolo. But this was a different type of effort. This is a team with a lot to prove. We were underdogs in a somebody else's building, a place we haven't won in since like 3 decades.
Yeah, like 91.
Inclement weather.
Yeah.
Because Genty slipped a few times.
If Genty had not slipped on that play, he was gone for a touchdown. I don't know if you guys at home, but yeah, if
I saw that replay, I was heartbroken, man. I said
that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah. So I'm gonna love to see him on our turf this upcoming Monday. But overall, Cap, a solid win, some promising things, and of course, the secondary. Man, I'm just glad it was Drake Mays we played, because we got away with some things. But in the second half, to Graham's credit, the intensity, the pressure up front, was a lot more noticeable. You saw the play of the linebackers, Devin White in particular.
Devin White was today, yes.
Adams running up the gap. So, it's going to I'm looking forward to next week, but I'm, a little concerned. I just got to be honest about it. But, especially after what, the Chargers pulled the other night against the, reigning AFC champion. So, and I do agree with you concerning the Queefs. I've seen them start slow before. I think one year they were 0-2, 0-3, and we all started, dancing and celebrating prematurely. And sure enough, they kicked it in the overdrive and went right back to the damn Super Bowl. So you can, as long as they attach to Taylor Swift and her valuation that she brings to the NFL, you could never count them out.
That's true.
You just can't.
Yeah.
But anyway, Cap, I know you got a lot of people in the queue who are.
Actually, it's you and Bruce, but hopefully come into the show. I'm going to put that up after Sharif leaves. I'm bringing Bruce on. Come into the show, come into the show, come into the show. Push this live out, people, because, this is not like other YouTubers that have like 18, 20,000 subscribers. I am more personable, but I want more people in here, and we have a good time talking. I'm serious. This is pretty much a close knit, we all know each other conversation, but I'd love to have more people pop in because it makes it nicer.
Yes. And I will say the emotion from, the players in the locker room, I haven't witnessed that or felt that since 2023. You will probably see the clips posted by the organization itself and the reels and all of that. And of course, Pete being the 73-year-old bionic man out, out there like the old guy at the frat party who had too much to drink. But as long as he can keep these guys focused, prepared, kudos to Geno Smith throwing 300 and I think 66 or 62 yards, which will probably put him near the top of the list after week 1 as far as passing leaders are concerned. Even though your grumpy friend Aaron Rodgers here in New York, I think that game was in Pittsburgh, threw for like 4 touchdown passes.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a feeling if we make the playoffs, we're gonna have to go through Pittsburgh somehow, or end up playing them somewhere down the road because they look rejuvenated. I know it's just one game, but I think that old bitter guy got something to prove. But again, so do we.
Yeah, we do. And like I said, I don't think that, and maybe it's me poo-pooing it, but I think this is the year that Mike Tomlin finishes under 500. I really just don't see that team going anywhere.
You very well could be right, and I won't shed any tears because that's one less person in the bracket that we need to worry about. And like I said, just on to Monday, great win. I'm glad you guys didn't get wet for nothing because you and I experienced that at that Jet game, and that frigid downpour.
Man.
Whereas the Jet fans didn't even show up. Matter of fact, I think that was the only game that Gruden benched Derek Dallas caught or pulled him out the game.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Yeah, he was being so god awful.
Yeah,
he pulled him at the fourth quarter or something. I can't remember. Let me see. Was it the dude that he fell in love with? I can't remember his name.
Peterman.
Yeah, I think it was like Peter.
It could have been. I think it was him who came in.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But like the real Raider fans, we are. We stood there to the very last whistle, drenched, shivering. Tempting pneumonia and all types of other ailments. So, but great win today. Great start. Great statement. Losing was not an option. I'm looking for 9 wins minimum for me for this to be considered a success or promising start. And let's keep it up next week. Maybe I'll see you in DC in 2 weeks, Kat.
Yeah. That let's do that, man. I hope so. And if you have folks that you think that would be nice for me to be introduced to, I know you got people that know.
I'll keep that in mind, Kat.
You got it, bro. Hey, always good hearing from you, Sharif.
Likewise, bro.
All right. Take care, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Black Thanos, aka Sharif Allah Khan, is out. We're going to bring in Bruce Davis. I'm going to put the link up again. Come into the show. I will say this. If we have enough people to keep talking, I'll go beyond 2 hours. Seriously. I mean, I will do. I don't mind doing shows that are longer, but keep me entertained, keep you entertained, get more people into it. So hit that what do you call it? Hit that link and come into the show. Bruce did, and Sharif did. Thank you there, Bruce. How you doing, brother? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy that we started off. Sharif said it like literally. Everything that he said is basically kind of what I was going to say. We started off obviously really good, with the Trey Tucker touchdown. I mean, and we when things were going not so well, it was looking ugly. Like to me, it was great that we had a team that finally, went into the second half and we changed what needed to be done. Look, the defense, had a great job in the second half. There's a lot of things. The O-line, obviously, but that stuff can all get fixed. It's our first game. It's on the road. It's all the way in New England. Literally. So I was happy. Frustrated a couple things in the first half, but again, they adjusted. All right. How many times in the last couple years we would score and then we would just basically kind of crap the bed. All right. We would literally just roll into the halftime, the other team smacking us in the mouth. All right.
Yeah.
And make adjustments. We didn't do that with Josh McDaniels. We didn't do it with AP. And listen, I have nothing against AP. I really respect AP, and I hope one day he can get a job as a coach. And again, that's for another day. But you know what I mean? Like, I was happy. I was just happy. And I believe that this team, if they continue to keep listening to these coaches, man, and keep listening to Pete, man, I really believe these guys will they'll be all in with it. Because if there's anybody that can do this, all right, that's been there and done it already, it's this guy.
Yeah.
He can motivate guys. I believe that. I was happy that they went out and made adjustments at halftime, because I'm just tired. I was just tired of seeing like, oh, here we go again. And when we adjusted, our defense started, literally going and blitzing a lot more and we were making plays. We intercepted the ball. I can't remember the guy that right offhand who did.
Yeah.
Polamalu, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's what we need. And if we can get that consistent from our guys, it's never going to be easy, Captain. Like, I don't care who you play. Look, I've been a diehard Dodger fan since I was 5 years old, man. Literally, going on 42 years. Mm-hmm. And I have literally watched a team go up, win, and then literally just come crashing down is what's going on right now. But again, if my team doesn't win the World Series, I'm not going to flip out like people are doing. I'm just going to go, you know what? There's next season. All right. We got one last year. I'm happy about that. Do I want to win more? Obviously. I want the Raiders to win more. I want them to make the playoffs. I just hope that we can make and then just do these steps little by little. Today, first thing we did is we adjusted, and which we didn't do in the past. And we've watched this, and I'm so proud of these guys, man. I really am. I'm really proud of the defense. I'm proud of that we have a quarterback finally that can literally get to our receivers. He can run. I love Geno Smith. I told people, Jack, and people laughed at me. I said, if we can't get Russell or we can't get Rodgers or we can't get Justin Fields or somebody, let's get Geno Smith because he knows Pete Carroll. And people are like, dude, you're high. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with this guy? He's a good quarterback. Now he's our quarterback, and the people that are laughing, well, I hope that he proves everybody wrong that had laughed when I said, bring this guy in.
No, I agree. Like I said, and I have it. I think I can show it on tape. When people were talking about Ben Johnson, I'm like, okay. Yeah. Okay. I said, if that's the way the Raiders are going to go, can't do anything about it. But personally, I want Pete Carroll, and I have tape somewhere saying that. I have tape.
I remember because I remember you saying. I do remember that because we missed out on him, and that's everybody kept saying this is the guy. All right, and who knows? Maybe he will be. For Chicago. All right, but I would much rather have somebody, and I did tell you on your show, with experience. And I said Pete would be a great coach for us to have for these young men to learn. And our veterans that they bring in and the veterans that we have, they would go along with him because he's been there. And the guy's up there. I don't care. Like Belichick's won all these games, but this guy's been there. And maybe he doesn't have all the Super Bowls and all that stuff, but this guy does have something that a lot of coaches don't have. He has a college championship and he has an NFL championship. So, I'm happy he's our coach. And I think people, they should really buy in with this guy because there's something about him, and I could be wrong on this, but there's something about this guy that he can turn this team around. All right. And that's what we all want, is this team to do better. We want to make the playoffs, and hopefully go to a Super Bowl.
Okay. Jack Kenna reminds us 5 minutes, but okay. If I'm going to kick somebody, then there better be somebody else in the queue. If you're saying, only 5 minutes, then get somebody else in here. Let me line them up. Let me stack them up. Because if I don't have anybody else there, and right now there is nobody, come in. And yeah, I'll say, sir, hey, Bruce, thanks again. I'm going to get to the next person. But come in. I'd like it to be every 5 minutes, but Bruce is making points, and there ain't fucking nobody here waiting. Because I announce, hey, we got somebody here backstage. We got somebody else backstage. I agree with you, Jack, but let's have people come into the show.
Right, yeah.
Come into the show. You're good, Bruce. You're good.
No, I'm just happy that they won, man. And, very happy. We're 1-0, and, we ride it to Monday, and I still think we can beat the Chargers. I think we can beat anybody. That's just my personal opinion. If we're playing Raider football, we're playing hard. Our defense is doing what they do. Why can't we? Why can't we win? If they're playing as hard like they did in the second half, and our offense is doing what we did today, we could literally beat anybody. I don't care if the Eagles, Kansas City, whoever. Obviously, I'm not saying that we're going to beat those teams. I hope we do. But we can play with anybody as long as we're on.
Yeah. And Kenna, I appreciate you coming in, because it's like you can say, I'm going to call you on it. And Jack Kenna came into the studio, so Jack is ready to go.
Okay, well, if Jack wants to go, I can go out and sit back in. Thanks.
You got it. Hey, Bruce, I appreciate.
I'm leaving next Monday, so I'll see you when I see you next.
You got it, Bruce. Like I said, give me an idea. Like I said, if you find people for that patch thing, I appreciate it. Sure. But you take care of you.
All right, thanks, man.
Hey, be well and be well there, Bruce. Richie Richey says thank you and congrats. Hey, Richie Richey, I'd love to hear from Richie Richey tonight, because I also want to hear about. And Richie, I was told that if the Titans were like back-to-back sacks, they could have won. I don't know, Richie, because I didn't see the game.
Richie, come on in, bro. Hey, Cap. How you doing, bro?
Good to see you there, Jack. What's going on? Again, yes, 5 minutes, but I got to have people to come in. Come in. So, Jack Kenna, you got at least some time. Come on in, brother. How you doing there, Jack?
Man, I'm doing good, man. We got to win. Just win, baby, right? Just win, baby. So right. It doesn't matter what it is. That first drive looked awesome. And then I saw New England defense, they look stout. They look really good. Like I said this on, with me and Richie on our show. I'm like, Jensen's gonna have a hard time rushing. He did. But that play action pass, Nabman said, I'm like, agree with him 100%. You got to respect that run. Gino had a lot of big plays. He did. I mean, when have we seen a quarterback that's had a lot of big plays like that? It's been a long time. So I'm just happy to see that. I can see that we could take chunk yards.
Yeah.
But
I will say this: that first drive looked good and get you all pumped up. and then the rest of the half was basically nothing.
Right?
They missed the field. Or okay, they missed a field goal too. I didn't even see the field goal. I don't know if it was wide left, wide right, or short. I didn't see it. I really didn't. I didn't see it because it was going to
What's up, Bruce Davis?
Stadium. But and Jack must not went to here. No worries, Bruce. And have Anna come in. Have fucking Richie Richie come in.
Yeah, Anna,
Yeah.
Richie, come on in.
Yeah.
You know, I get
Yeah.
post
Are
on
you-
this shirt last night. You know, like oh, why you're wearing a Chargers blue shirt? Well, it just happened to be the shirt I'm wearing. But I'm wearing this right here,
I got you.
and right here, Lester Hayes' signature. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, and I'll agree with this. And Richie makes a good point. The Patriots, like after that first drive, and they got their shit together for the rest of the first half.
they did.
Got their shit together, but they didn't do the second half. I mean, the halftime adjustments, Richie, they didn't do shit. They didn't do shit. We actually, and I've never seen. I said not never seen. I haven't seen a Raiders team with halftime adjustments and they go out and do them for so long.
Right?
It's been I can't even remember how long it has been.
Captain, you just said what I wanted to say right there. That was so awesome. Like the adjustments, like, our coaches did. And it's kind of weird. It's like, okay, Pete Carroll lets, our offense coordinator go up in the booth. But he's like, with our defense coordinator, like, who normally is in the booth is on the field because he wants to have conversations with them to, like, meld the minds of the defensive guys. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, dang. I said this on the Wild West show. I'm like, Gino's going to cook, dude. He's going to cook with those wide receivers, our offensive weapons. And I saw Pete today, like, even with, a backups like, Jack Besh, which number 2 pick, right? He's coming off the bench. We need to make him cook. He wants to get everyone involved, like, to get that experience, like, to, make those guys, like, want to do it even more. So I got to give, Pete Carroll some credit with that.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
No, and it was like I saw the one time that Besh had, I think he had a first down catch on like a third down play, or maybe it was a second down play, and then he had a catch that got us the first down. And I'm like, who is that? And I'm like, it's Jack Besh. That's great. So I mean, I know that he was targeted at least once. He caught the ball
for 23 yards is what he got.
and it was a long. And I saw Thornton get the catch on like and it wasn't a long pass. It was like it was an out, and it was there, and he got the first down. And then we didn't see him for basically the entire game until when I said this, I mean it. I said, throw it to Thornton on a long pass, and Gino underthrew him, but he still got that.
Still
long
got
pass.
it, yeah.
So it's great. And,
it's kind of like, Bowers too. It's like, Bowers, like in the first quarter, second quarter got kind of left out. They brought him in, and then he got kind of hurt, and they pulled him out and said, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to risk our, our best player. I think it was 5 catches for over 100 yards and played like 2 quarters of, the time. And then Michael Mayers comes in, and you don't lose a beat, except you're not going as deep, right? What a game for him, too.
Michael Mayer was fantastic today.
Just shows this offense is going to be super good. And I was really impressed with defense because, on, my show on your channel, I called it 27-24. So I thought, New England's going to score more points, and they didn't come anywhere close to that. So good for our Raiders. Good for the Raider Nation.
Yeah, it was. And it's great to I mean, the only thing I got to do tonight is after this show, I got to clean up my room to get ready to go. and figure out how to get wet sopping clothes into one fucking was it suitcase, and that's always nasty. But I'm happy.
Yeah, I heard from Jeff. It was like super wet. So how was it? Like, give us all the experience of what you had. Just share it to the nation what you experienced.
Well, okay. First off, I have my rental, and I showed you guys the rental. It's like the kind of like the pinkish red, and it's like Anna Diaz's power chair. It's heavier, and I was lucky enough that I had somebody that was able to put it into the back of their like mini SUV, and we went to the what do you call it, the tailgate, and it was mud all over, and I was doing off-roading in this little fucking power chair, and I got some good pictures with people. I got pictures with, they call him like the Patriot Pope, and I was going in between all of these different people that was getting some food, and it was cool. But I know I needed to get over earlier, because people like to take pictures, and I never say no on pictures. So I have to leave earlier to make sure I get over there. So I get over after I'm like rolling through the parking lot in mud, and then there's like a big puddle that I have to go through, and I'm like, again, off-road. I felt like I was in my own Jeep, and the tailgating was great, and it like I said, positivity for, like I said, Jeff LaFontaine and Black Hole New England, and positivity to Tony Ramos and the New England Raider Boosters. Like I said, I got the hat to represent them as well. I would have, and shit, I need to get some Black Hole patches, so I help out as well. But the clubs were great, and I'm hoping that they do even a better job next year in getting the events so that all Raider Nation can enjoy it, because there's a lot of people that are out there. And it's great to have events where people are out there and come together.
Man, Cap, that's cool that you and Jeff got to hang out. Like, I know LVR flew out there too. So, and a lot of other Raider fans are out there. So you're close enough. You're on the East Coast. So good that the East Coast guys are doing this thing. Like us guys on the NorCal side doing like Bakersfield and stuff. I hope one day I see you out there too.
Where for a West Coast event? I was out last year.
No, Bakersfield. No, not by my house or like Ed's.
No, I was in Bakersfield. I was in Bakersfield last year, not this year.
I would say I didn't see you out there this year.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't out there this year, but I will tell you why. It's in the off season. It's on the West Coast, and I got shit going on. And then I go to Bakersfield for a Raiders event. And I got to fly the fuck back for one day. No, the only reason why I went last year, and I admit this, is because I was driving through the states, and I just so happened to be in California. So I went to the event because I was there for the event. I didn't have to make any extra special plans for it. But you guys got to remember, it's like I'm in fucking Tampa. And to fly out the fucking,
I know that. You're East Coast guy.
Yeah. No. I mean, give me some incentive to go. Give me some incentive to go. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I'm just glad that you had a good time. That sounded like a really super fun event. And Jeff's showing us stuff live on other different shows. So thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, and Ernest, I appreciate everybody that's in here. It's great to have eyes on shows, because again, I like talking, and 5 minutes, but Jack, nobody's
okay.
No, nobody's here to kick Jack out yet. Come into the show. Hit the link. Anna Diaz would be in here, but she said she has a hoarse voice. Okay, that's great. I get it. Maybe we can get Richie Riche to come in. Maybe we can get Ernest Biaggi to come in, or somebody else that hasn't been in here. Maybe we get maybe we can get Bill Wallenzier
Or
to
what about Ed Winchell? I love to see.
Ed
I want to stay on if Ed comes in.
Ed Winchell. No, you said 5 minutes.
I did, but if it's Ed Winchell, our brother.
Yeah, if it's Ed Winchell, I will allow you and Ed to be on at the same time. How about Bishop? Let's have Bishop come in here. Okay.
All right, Bishop, take up for me. I did say 5 minutes. I did say 5 minutes.
You did, but I'd like to hear from. But I'm just giving you shit because you gave everybody else shit, and they say 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Because I remember the old days, had 5 minutes in Roku, can't swear, can't curse.
Well, you know what? I used to have a timer, and I would.
You did used to have a timer.
I did have a timer. I don't have a timer, but you know what? I've also found out that it's like there's if you talk, I'm like, okay, yeah, great. You said the same thing 3 times, and I got to get you out, and I kind of get people out on that too. But I try to be a little bit nicer on it. But yeah, I'd love to have more people on it. Come into the show. And there's people.
Yeah, Nation, pop on. Bruce Davis. Pop on, bro.
Bruce Davis was already on.
Oh, it's okay.
Remember,
can we come back again?
No. One, like I said, it just like what was it? The movie is like that's only one time a night, baby. Like one show a night.
One shot, one kill.
So yeah, come on in. Hey, Dark. Maybe we can get Dark in here. Good to see Dark.
Yeah, Dark.
Yeah, come
Pop on,
in,
bro.
Hit the link. Hit the link. Is anybody doing Raider player autograph parties anymore? Yeah, they have those, Ernest. And that donkey fan to the right. Who's the like that donkey fan that Dark is not. He's calling you the donkey fan. I get it.
Yeah, well, we know I'm not a donkey fan, so.
Yeah, but Dark, you can come in and call and talk about Jack Kenna behind his back. That's fine. Anyway, come on in, folks. And Jack, thanks for popping in, and we'll talk about different things I'll do on the comments. But thank you for being here, brother, and it's always good hearing from you.
Dude, thank you, brother. It's like, I'm always glad to see you. Always glad to meet you again. Nation, we got to win. Let's effing go.
Got a W.
Raiders.
Okay, take care, brother.
Good night, bro.
Good night. Great to see Jack Kenna. That means they're okay. People in here, hit the link. Anna Diaz is excused only because she said she has a scratchy throat. Or I would be on Anna Diaz's ass. Because we talk about power chairs. But since Anna has a scratchy voice, she is going to continue to contribute in the comments section. And I will read her comments just like she was in here. So yeah, love and Raiders and flags and stuff. Thank you, there, Anna. But yeah, only one. Dark, you're laughing. Come on in. Jimmy Farrell is having problems with his phone. I don't know. I want to hear from Bishop. I want to hear from Ed Winchell. I want to hear from Richie Richey or Dark. There are people, like I said, all these people that are in the comments, and I appreciate you being in the comments. JD, I met JD this weekend. JD was awesome. I met him at the Al Davis thing. JD and I took some pictures. He has this really cool Raider suit, man. This Raider suit top. Great pictures. It's good to see you, JD. I think it was Raiders till death. Thank you there for wide left. And again, yeah, once I kick you out, basically not you. I only allow people to come back if there's like technical difficulties. Like if they have something fucked up on their phone and they have like they got pushed or whatever, then I allow them to come back. Bishop, come on back in. Reggie Richey, you said you were pissed. Why are you pissed? I don't know. Let me know. I don't understand. So yeah, 27-19 Ravens. Yep. Bruce, always, man. Hey, no. Thank you for contributing. JD makes mean Mexican food. Really? Oh, fuck. JD, I missed that. If you make mean Mexican food, I definitely need to have that. Because I love Mexican food. How much of an impact was the weather on the game cap? It was rain road. It was at the beginning It was soggy all day. The field was soggy. Ernest, don't worry. Then Ernest, you don't have to go on camera. You don't have to go on camera. You can just come in and hit no camera, and then we can hear your voice. What's the excuse? Okay. Jimmy Farrell's going to get his phone fixed. Baltimore's winning 27-19. There's still a lot of game left. And Anna, like I said, hopefully you'll feel better. But come into the show. And I appreciate it because I'll go over too, but you got to keep me here. Because otherwise, I do got a lot of work to do. I got to get all this shit packed. And you don't see the stuff because I'm looking at it. It's off camera. I'm honest. My room looks like a fucking hurricane swept through it because I got work to do. And then I think the stuff that's really wet, I'm going to take like the hair dryer. I'm going to try to get that dry as hell. Put the jacket on the back of that chair over there. But it's going to be sopping wet. But hopefully we got things up. But hopefully, Bishop or Ed or Dark or JD, come on in the show because I will talk with you about it. And hey, if we're going to talk other things, like I said, we talked about the Al Davis event up in Brockton, which was wonderful. It was great. We talked about. I didn't talk about the fact that I enjoyed the win, but I had to endure, and I will say this: I had to endure this prick that was so egotistical. I don't know. Like born with a silver spoon was so. My family's name is on those benches or those seats that you're sitting in. You see, we've had seats here since 1971. Blah 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 blah. And then he asked both me and DJ, how much did you pay for those seats? Who'd you pay for them? Like we bought them on fucking TickPick, but fuck. It was so like, oh, and I see him at the top of the stair, like when I'm going, because remember I'm front row, he's front row, first seat aisle. And I'm like, oh, you're not guarding our row? He goes, you mean my row? And I'm like, no. I pulled the Fast Times at Ridgemont High on him. I said, if you're here and I'm here, doesn't it make it our row? But he was a self-indulgent prick. So, does the hotel have a laundry room? I don't know. Maybe you need to keep plastic trash bags in your suitcase. Yeah, and I think there might be one of those laundry bags. There might be a laundry bag over there, and if not, then I'll ask for one. Thank you for that. That's a good thing. I will put that. But the jacket, I have like the jacket. And my top is drenched. So they would do like the one bag just by themselves. The rest of the stuff is like, like my Jammy Jam pants, maybe underwear. But I can deal with the rest of them. But, it just, the other stuff is sopping wet. Yeah, great idea. Tristan Kuhn from X first half. But okay, thank you there. Gen X, let's see what we got. Tristan Kuhn from X first half, 38 plays, 200 yards allowed, 5.29 average, 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits, 2 tackles for a loss. Gen Xers, who is that? Call housekeeping. I will, honey. I'll just go down. I've been down a couple different times, and they're nice. They're very nice ladies. They don't, I mean, the fact that I give some Spanglish to them, Captain, tell the nation about Al's. I did, yeah, Jack. I did. For those that missed it, yesterday in Brockton, the mayor of Brockton, a gentleman that I name as Sullivan, and I hear the name Sullivan, and I automatically go to, is he one of the Sullivans that used to own the Patriots? No. Or is he in the family? He might be in a family, might be a cousin. Might be a cousin because, that's the name up here. But he's been in, the, like I said, it was like like a city commissioner. He's been mayor for like 2 terms and whatnot. So he's calling it a career after 20 years, between a city commissioner and the mayor. Next January? But he said that it was, he's definitely honoring, and there's a granite and marble, or not marble, was it like the heavy metal? Like the plaques, like they have in the Hall of Fame, one of those embossed metal plaques. And, so it's for Al Davis. And it was great that they are recognizing Al's contributions. It was there. So it was an Irish. Yeah. Yeah, not that there's any Irishmen. Faith and be God to you, the Irish are here. And Gabra and all of that. So right now, Buffalo's only down 8. That's still 1 score in a 2-pointer. Okay, so his shoulders are off, and his arm is so. But this time, his shoulders are more perpendicular, and his feet are not all out of whack. Yeah, look how great. We'll say that. Josh Allen is. Oh, that's holding. Josh, just go down. It's holding. So anyway, I'm going to put it up one more time. Put it up one more time. Come into the show, talk about oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that official. NIL agent, former college scout, Raider fan. No, I get it. I get who he is. Gen Xers. I know who Tristan Kuhn is, but what were you talking about? What were those stats of? Devers didn't look good. Where is Richie? Well, you tell me because I didn't see the game. But Tristan, you from that. First half, 38 plays, 0-1 yards allowed. 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits, 2 tackles. Is that us or is that the Patriots? That's what I'm asking. Detroit has been affected by their coordinator's defection. Oh no, we suck here. Did what? Yeah. Shoot, I didn't even see it. Did they lose? Okay, thank you, Gen X. Stats against the Patriots. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Stats against the Patriots. Now that makes sense. And we are joined by one of the holy men themselves. I say that with affection. With affection. The bishop is going to grace us with his presence. Hallelujah. Amen. Didn't I do that? Hallelujah. Amen.
Thank you.
How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Man, I'm blessed, man. And, it's a great day. And I can always say that, whenever the Raiders win, it's one of my, mementos every time I eat and, have a little beverage, which I don't drink anymore, but I have memories of things. In season and out of season.
If you drink a lemonade, it's a beverage.
Oh, root beer, water,
right.
7-Up, whatever.
Ginger ale.
Yeah, whatever. But I gotta say, it feels good because with not only getting Geno Smith and the quarterback, which many people kind of miss that.
Yep.
Even the fine folks at ESPN didn't even take time to think about it, because at the end of the day, when they think about the silver and black, the black, all they ever want to associate with the silver and black and the Raider organization with is L's. L's. Even though, come on, young folk, come on in here tonight and get your ears ready, clear the wax out, because I'm about to give you some nuggets.
Hoorah.
The Raiders, before the NFL, the Raiders were the AFL champions for so many years, and they racked up so many stats and records. Hall of Fame? I don't have enough accolades and walls for the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's pride and poise to be with this. The terrible towel wasn't created to be a terrible towel until they, copied the Raiders from the Black Sox in Oakland, California.
There you go. Facts. Yep.
The Minnesota team, the Washington Redskin team, the midway, if you will, of culture in the North, as you'd like to call it, the Midwest.
Midwest. Yep.
We beat the brakes off those teams in the Super Bowl. It wasn't even close. There was no kicker to be seen to approach for a win. It was a landslide. And you guys are wondering, well, lately they didn't this and lately they didn't that. 3 rings. 3 Super Bowl rings. Cliff Branch was a good friend of mine, not because I ran a booster club, but because we had like minds. Many people don't know that the great running back, oh God, forgive me for this one, my mind.
Hero Dixon?
No, before Bo Jackson played with him. Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen, okay.
Is the Cliff's cousin.
Okay.
Cliff Branch went to the University of Colorado.
Right.
He broke records in speed. So when you look at, yes, God rest his soul, when you look at the history of speed, even Cliff Branch used stickum for his hands because that ball was coming out hot.
Yep.
Y'all think Jerry Rice was all that, but he used to catch the bricks. His daddy taught him to catch bricks. After he came out of SWAC, he said, you want to be great? Catch some of this. Catch bricks to learn how to catch a football. That's why guys need to wear tape. So we're talking about tape. ESPN, get some tape down at the local Walgreens store and get some tissue and get some of that, super glue and shut up, because you guys don't know jack. Every time I have to turn on my boob tube in the morning and wake up and God gives me grace and opens my eyes one more time, and I hear Dallas, Green Bay, the Chiefs. What? The Chiefs? They got their butts whooped in the Super Bowl just a few months ago. Yeah. And we gonna crown them again? Is that they did something great and grandeur? I don't think so. No. I talk to guys, and you and me are both veterans, and there's a lot of jawing back and forth because there's some bandwagon riders and this and that over there. And there's this one guy, he says he's a Chief fan, but then when they didn't win, whoever wins, he's going with them. But I said, let me tell you something, you bandwagon rider. There's something to be had here, and that's called what? Tires, and just like pressure. And when you put air in them and then they seep down and they flow and the ebbs and flow, right? You going with me? You with me? And I said, when it gets down a lot of you people kind of seep out along with the air, the gas, much like things that come out of your rear. It stinks because y'all ain't talking what we talking about. Rangs, right? You can't understand the language that's coming out of my mouth. I'm talking about, championships. I'm talking about, winning. I'm talking about feeling good. I'm talking about putting banners on the wall and these things. I'm talking about this kind of stuff because while we go to play the Chargers, they hyped them up too and they never won nothing. Oh, they're going to win the West. Oh, the Broncos have the best defense. They almost messed around tonight and lost to a rookie. That's why the boy over there is pissed, because he knows it. That quarterback is not the answer, and he's going to have sophomore slumbers because they got film on him now. Mm-hmm. The year before they didn't. See? Now they can see. And he too be throwing picks and getting sacked and doing foolish, dumb stuff. But I'm thanking God we have a coach and a quarterback that know each other.
Right.
That makes sense. So when Chip Kelly comes in, he can now start to formulate the soup. And the recipe that the Raiders are cooking is called a can of whoop what? Come on, Captain. Whoop what?
Whoop ass.
That's right. Yeah. Now we on to it. Now, what they going to do to that team that ain't got so much of a great offensive tackle and offensive guards right now, and I know Peggy would agree with me if she was on the show tonight, they are in trouble because Kansas City didn't take care of business when they needed to in Brazil. Okay? Maybe they had too many tacos or sangrias in the night. But I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, everybody partying. And Travis Kelce, I hope he got his tracksuits on because he's about to be the receiver for the next 5 games. 5 games, y'all. So start doing the math. Their other wide receiver, Mr. I think I'm all juicy and bad. He out 6 games because he went to jail, right? For 30 days, and then he got suspended for 6 games. So now Kels ran into his to the other guy.
Worthy.
He out, Mr. Speedster. Hollywood Brown going.
How long is Worthy out for?
He got a dislocated shoulder, brother.
Okay.
He can't even sleep at night.
Not that we wish bad.
Who are they going to throw to, Kels?
We would never say the bishop would wish bad things upon people. Amen. Hallelujah. But he's just stating the facts.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we're talking about how is Mr. Run around and do the same vanilla offense. Everybody knows what Mahomes is going to do, and look at their schedule. Just pull it up on y'all out there and on Captain Jack's show. Just hit your side button and go to Google and look at the Chiefs' schedule for the next 5 games. 5 games before they come and play us. 5 games before they come to play us.
Nope. Before we go to play them.
No. I know. Before we go play them. Look at their 5 games before we play them.
Okay.
Them ain't no easy. Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland, but he speaking of Cleveland. Cleveland and the Colts today look like they could show up anywhere and beat somebody. And I thought they might be the easy teams. The Jets thought they looked like they might be some easy. Man, there ain't no easy day on Sunday no more in the NFL. Every game is a playoff game, and I'm glad in week 1 we get to, around the water cooler, we could talk a little more because I'm going to tell you what, my team didn't lose, and I hate to be, Dallas might be the team that tanks this year. Who knows? I mean,
hey, Bishop, I will have to say, as somebody that is of knowledge of folks who wear Budweisers, what do you say about what was the only easy day?
Oh, there was no easy day.
No, but the only easy day was yesterday.
Right. Well, yeah. 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 Well, yeah, that wasn't easy either.
Exactly. Exactly. That was the only easy day is yesterday because that
My
didn't happen.
back's still hurting.
Yep.
But look, I don't know how I can say this, but folks, when you see Smith go for 9 passes for 20 or more yards each time, what quarterback did that in Raider history? I'm thinking, was it Culpepper? You remember
Maybe.
Dante Cole? You remember Dante Culpepper? He was big and he
Yeah.
could throw that ball.
Yeah.
Was it Jeff George?
No, I think that Jeff George had the ability to do it, but I don't think he did it.
Maybe Plunkett.
I think I know where you're going with this thread. I think I can see through this thread. So you telling me? Are you?
I don't
telling
know.
me-
I don't know. I thought it was Culpepper because I remember his.
It could have been Dante in the knee game. In the knee game when he was pointing at his knees against the Dolphins when he came back, because I was at that game too, down in South. And it started with there was a weather delay, and we had to go into like the tunnels of the stands because there was lightning around there. So that got pushed the weather back, and I remember that, and I remember that I almost got not want to say arrested or thrown, but I almost got into a fight with some fucking Dolphin guy who got me so pissed off about how, and Bish, I had anger issues, and one of these days people are going to have to bail my ass out.
Yeah,
bail me out. I haven't had it yet, thank God, praise the Lord, hallelujah. But I have an anger issue, and the guy that was with me today was so full of. I was starting that story. He was like a silver spoon motherfucker about how my family has been in blah, 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 with the Patriots 1971, and who'd you get these? It's like, dude, I got him off a fucking tick pick. Shut the fuck up. But he didn't say shit. The second half, he left the second half. So fuck him.
And that's the nice thing about getting old is when I go into the grocery store, I say, "Hey, youngin," and they over there joking around, talking about whatever. And I just remember when I was about that age, just young whippersnapper, and I think it's not easy. And now I can respect my elders who are gone now and say that I appreciate them because what they were trying to do was get me to stay on the road less traveled. And I'm blessed because I've come this far, and God kept me in good grace and health. I'm not up here saying I'm better than anybody because of my title, but because of what I do. No, I got to get in the ground just like you. And at the end of the day, I'm sitting here and telling everyone, you ought to be grateful and get up and tell God, thank you for your day. Start off in a positive mood. Go forward, do what you have to do. Go through that day, and no matter what comes your way, even the strife and the struggle, and count it as a blessing because your struggle is your blessing. You know why? Because God didn't take you out at that very moment.
I got you.
Amen. But, Raider Nation, show up next night. Not tomorrow. You can camp out in Vegas all you want, but please don't lose your ticket to the stadium. Right there, by the strip. Please do not let them outdo us in our own stadium. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be harsh. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't recall, honestly, and maybe you can tell me I'm wrong, but I don't recall a Charger Raider game where there were more Charger fans than us. They've had a decent amount at times. They've had a decent amount of times, maybe 60-40 black and silver, but I don't think they've ever had where it was 40-60.
Right. And it's just even then, we need to represent.
Yeah.
We got an opportunity to turn this thing around.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, to be 2-0 after next Monday. Wouldn't that be great? Because at the end of the day, I don't give a doggone at the beginning of the season. The Chiefs are in last place.
Amen.
We're not. And we're not who ESPN picked. And all them so-called Good Morning Football folk picking up helmets and kicking a few to the corner. Some of them should be fired for some of that stuff. That is so disrespectful to any organization to have the helmet kicked, thrown to the floor, dropped, whatever. I don't condone any of that. At the end of the day, if you're on TV and you're talking about who you think is going to rise to the top, be in the conversation, I mean, some of their picks were asinine. One lady had the Patriots picked ahead of us to make the playoffs.
Okay.
And I thought to myself,
wait. Say that again. Who did what about play? What?
Blonde hair woman on Good Morning Football.
I don't.
She said.
Okay.
No, the Raiders. No, I'm going to put their helmet over here. No, they're not going to make it. Put it on the floor, and she picked up the Patriots helmet and put it on the table that they're going to make the playoffs, and we're not.
Okay.
How is that going to happen? How? You think the Colts gonna let them beat them? They didn't look like a team willing to let Miami even get an inch, a sniff of nothing today. And Miami might have been their biggest threat in that division. Who else? Baltimore?
Oh, wait. Miami's not in their division, though. Or unless you're talking to Patriots.
Right. I'm just going out there.
Okay.
You about to beat Buffalo and Baltimore and Cincinnati and company? Mm-hmm. And Pittsburgh when Aaron Rodgers they didn't look like old man out there playing. Maybe he had more. He wanted to play against the Jets tonight, but he surprised me. I thought he was gonna come in and lay an egg.
Yeah, I kind of.
I'm just saying.
Apparently, he played well.
Yeah, real well. And, like I said, I just don't – I look around and I don't see a team or teams like we used to grow up with and say, hey, Detroit, hey, remember? You could always count on them not to win nothing. They'd be in the top 5 pick every year. Now it's switched. Mm-hmm. You don't know who's going to do that. You know what I mean? Wouldn't it be weird that if Kansas City maybe wins 1 or 2 games this year because our division is that tough? The coaches we have, the players, the quarterbacks, the defenses, the weapons all around our division. Denver's a tough out on defense, right? Their coach, Peyton. You can't sleep on him. Harbaugh. You don't know what he's going to throw at you or the kitchen sink it might be every game.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have Bosa no more, but they got somebody. And whoever their quarterback's throwing to, I don't even know who it is. So
other than McConkey, and Quentin Johnson, I think the first rounder. I don't know who they're throwing it. Oh, they did get back Keenan Allen.
Yeah, he'll play until he blows his nose too hard. It's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about that in our division we don't have the ability to lose a game, to sleep and say, oh, well, we can still make the playoffs if we lose this game. How it usually is early in the season. You could miss 1 or 2 and still make the playoffs. Like Dallas, they got the nerve to talk, but every time they would make the playoffs, they'd get in with a 7-9 record. Remember them days?
No, Bish, I understand what you're saying, but I think the only team that got in with a 7-9 record was Seattle.
I remember Dallas's division was so bad back in the day. Philly wasn't really doing it. The Giants weren't doing it. I just thought to myself, these guys, man, they got it made. I mean, imagine if Dallas was to come to the West instead of Kansas City.
Yeah. I'll look at that, but I remember Seattle getting a 7-9 record and making the playoffs. I don't think that maybe they did. I just don't recall it. I think they might have been with an 8-8 record, but I don't recall getting in with the 7-9 record.
Yeah, and I heard. I guess I'll be getting out of here in a second. I heard a caller earlier saying he's a Dodger fan like me, and he don't mind. Yeah, I mind. Because you don't know how many years you got them good players that's on that roster right now. You don't know how long they're gonna be able to go. Shohei is on there for 10-year contract. Who else? You can just roll out and find another Mookie Betts, another Freeman. I don't think so. Another Max Muncy. I don't think so. Some of these guys you plug and play with these other guys that you got. You're fortunate, but I think they kind of struck the cupboard bare on coaching right now. And I'm just going to say this. If the Dodgers do not win this year, I would consider firing the coach.
I would too.
With that roster. That's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay. And the same guy who owns the Dodgers along with Magic Johnson now owns the LA Lakers. So I'm just going to say, and I'm seeing some of the comments that says we swept the AFC West 1 year and missed the play. Yeah, well, hey, yeah, it happens because some people go out and start partying and thinking they can, what they say, live their best life because they're not considering it. And last thing I'm going to say, I'm going to get out of here. Somebody told me that the culture changed on the Raider organization, but then I heard one of the players say after the game, I'm ready to roll the dice when I get back to Vegas. Oh, please don't. Please don't. You saw what happened to Ruggs. Please don't get on the high horse. Please don't go out here and do something stupid. Please don't kill nobody here in Las Vegas. Please don't. Please don't. You don't need to be seen in the M Casino drunk where they got to pick you up off the floor because you don't even know your own name. Huh? Right? Yeah. Nobody want to say nothing. I will. I'll say it. Because when you do what you do and you get paid that kind of money and everybody else around the town is struggling to live to their next check and you out here doing stupid, well, that's a problem. So, but thank you for letting me come on. Thank you, everybody, for lending me your ear for 5 seconds. Blessings to my beautiful wife and our darling son. Amen. And next time you see me, I'll be in our office that's getting renovated.
Hoorah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it. Hey,
Until then, brother.
Always a pleasure. And like I said, I will say this, and I mean this when I say it. If it wasn't good for good people like you, like Ruche, like Ken Thompson, and there's a few others that are devout and send me blessings, my ass would have been in a Jewish box. Remember, folks, when the Jews die, it's in a plain box. No, there's no nails in it. It's a box with glue because the Jews believe that when you die and you go into the ground, everything gets taken away, right? And nails don't get taken away. They stay nails. So when you die, you die. And it all goes back to Mother Earth and comes anew. So I thank you, and I thank all the others that have kept this Judeo-Christian alive for a long time, sir. And I thank you for that.
Well, it's not us, but it's the grace of God.
And
And
thank you.
and it's not. I don't have the authority of power that God has in salvation. Salvation is there for those who believe in Him. It's not me. Amen. You
But
all
you
need
help.
to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, whatever it is that you do, and how you pray. It's not in the position of your body, but yet the content of your what? Mind.
Yep.
Your mind. Okay? That's what God wants, is your heart. Not all this ooh-ah stuff. Go to Him, seek His face, and that's it. Amen.
Amen. And thanks for
God
coming
bless
in.
you all. Thank you.
Take care.
Salute,
Good.
Cap.
Yeah.
Salty. I see you.
Rah. Be good.
Hoo-yah! I see you,
Remember,
doggy.
the only day was yesterday, Bishop. That you got to remember that.
That's
one.
right. That's right.
Okay. Take care, brother.
All right. You too. Shalom.
Shalom. Shabbat shalom to you, Bishop, and to everybody out there. Again, yeah, take care, and to all. And remember, there are, and I don't know if I said it, and I apologize if I haven't, because I've spoken to Bishop, and for those that don't know, and Sharif, I'm saying this because I don't remember if I said it or not, but I know that you lost your very dear friend. Oh God, I can't remember her name. Danielle Spencer. There you go, Danielle Spencer. Dan. Derrick Henry scores another touchdown. Now it's still 15 points. 11:42 left in the fourth quarter. Bills fans are looking pretty worried. Bills getting their assets handed to them. But again, for people, when you lose somebody, like and again, for those that you lost, again, we give our best condolences to you. But unless somebody's going to come in, and I'm going to put out the all point bullet, unless somebody is coming in, and I will go to, if you're going to come in, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Yeah, I saw Ken Dryden passed away, the great Canadians goalie. I didn't hear a thump because I have the sound now. But, and actually, 15, that's 8-7. So that's, 8-7. So if you are coming into the show, in the comments, say, I'm coming in, I'm coming in, I'm coming in. Because when the clock tick-tocks to 11 p.m. Eastern, this show is done. I got some cleanings to do. I got to get some bags that Anna Diaz tells me I need to get from the front desk. Wet clothes. Ugh. And I wish I can find something sweet. I need something sweet. There's maybe they got some cake down there, or like mini cakes or something, like maybe Twinkies or something. I don't know. But if you're coming in, you need to put yourself in the comment right now. Because otherwise, in about a minute and a half, actually maybe in about 35 seconds, I'm going to start doing the outtakes, outrolls, the goodbyes. But till then, like I said, it's a great Raiders win. Great Raiders win. Tell your friends about the show. This is a show that we're all family. I mean, Raider Nation is a family, but this is kind of like a very close-knit family within the family because you're here and you're participating, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's not just me talking to you. A lot of that, I don't need to mention names. Just bang, 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 talk, facts, opinions. But I ain't doing that. I'm talking with you. We're having a conversation. And I think that the people that come here see that and we have that great conversation. And again, I will say this one more time. Mark Santos, who's Gil Santos' son, the longtime broadcaster of the Patriots, I met him tonight. I'm going to get with him and we'll have him on for a show sometime. I don't know when, but we'll have him on for a show. And I can't wait to schedule it. But yeah, it'll be great. Maybe it'll be a Wednesday. I'll have to talk with Peggy when we're having that show. Maybe it'll be after that. I don't know. Maybe it'll be before Peggy's show. But I want to have him on, so we'll see. But y'all take care. Great Raiders win. We will see you Tuesdays where I will be on Coach Defense's show. And hopefully it'll be broadcast to this system. It's supposed to be pushed to my YouTube. Supposed to be. Hopefully it will be. Otherwise it'll have to be rebroadcast, and I hate that. So hopefully you'll see the coach's show, Coach Defense's podcast on this channel, on my channel. We'll see you. Good night, everyone. Take care. Great Raiders win. Fucking A. It's great to get that win. Take care, everybody.